of domestic violence. And let me just talk about some of the problems in the bill. We had a bipartisan consensus over the years that VAWA, self-filing under VAWA, needed to be confidential, because if the abuser found out, that would put the victim in danger. This bill destroys the confidentiality provisions in the existing law, so that the domestic violence abuser is going to be notified by the government when his victim tries to escape. This bill requires the consideration of uncorroborated abuser statements. We made a decision on a bipartisan basis, and it was in Mr. Sensenbrenner's report, that you could not rely on the statements of the abuser's uncorroborated statement, because they lie. We've raised the standard of proof in this bill to clear and convincing evidence. It's almost the only section of immigration law that requires this heightened standard of proof. Why would we single out domestic violence victims for the highest standard of proof more than any other section of the law? It stays the adjudication during investigations or prosecutions for VAWA petitions. That is completely a mistake. The victim has no capacity to determine what the law enforcement agencies can do. She needs to be given assistance. She should not be made a victim of delay on the part of law enforcement. The measures weakening the visa are very serious. The 60-day reporting requirement will mean that child victims of rape, individuals who are afraid to come forward, will be denied the assistance that they currently have under existing law. The elimination of the ability for U visa holders to apply for green cards if they can show extreme hardship will mean that victims of domestic violence with small children will have to decide whether they're going to report the abuser and seek safety and also deportation, or stick with the abuser and risk their lives. That is not something that we have in current law, and it's not something that we should change today. I am very sad to say that this bill is a step backwards. And although our colleague has a prior career as a deputy sheriff, it's worth noting that the National Sheriff's Association opposes her bill, as does the National Association of Attorney Generals, the Fraternal Order of Police, and Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association, along with hundreds of other organizations that are faith-based, legal organizations, and law enforcement. This manager's amendment does nothing to fix the problems in the bill. It doesn't matter if it passes or not. The bill is a step backward, and I'm really very disappointed that we can't approach this serious violence against women issue as we have in past years on a bipartisan basis, advancing the cause to protect women. This bill is a step backwards. It is an assault on women, and I yield back.
Thank you, Ms. Lofgren. Are there